Okay. Hey, peace and blessings, fam. I have another video for you. Yay! Right? Okay, so um where am I gonna start? I'm start with saying giving all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, the Most High God of Israel. This is not the video that I wanted to do. Keyframe is too low. I don't know what that means. I'll figure it out later. Hopefully y'all can see me and hear me. This is not the video I wanted to do. It's not the subject, the topic, whatever that I wanted to do, but I'm doing this, I can say, at the request of someone, just to keep it short. But I've had a very long day. If you saw my previous live, then you already know. If you know, you know. But I'm gonna just get right into it. I was gonna put this on, what's it called, Clubhouse, but I decided not to since it was requested with somebody else. But I want to go into Proverbs 31 and really look at all of these verses to figure out what she is and what she isn't. I think this chapter is in an excellent book, Proverbs, with all those instructions and guidelines given to us. This is perfect. So my little short, well, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna just go straight into it, and this gonna be a short video. It's not gonna be long like the one before the last one. Y'all probably didn't watch it because it was really long, but you should, because it's some good information. And if you're really seeking, like really seeking, I think you should look at it. It's really good information. Something to think about, something to look into, something to study, and then talk about it. I want to talk about it. You should talk about it. I'll get to that comment later. I don't know who that is, but I'll look at it later if you're watching still. Okay, so I'm gonna do the whole chapter of Proverbs, verses 1 through 31. So, verse 1 says, "The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him." So, verse 1, I've said this before. I don't know everything. I'm still learning, and I will be learning as long as I'm in this flesh, and probably after that, I don't know. But I don't know everything. So I got a question for you. Who is King Lemuel? If you know that, let me know, because I don't know who he is. But what I do know is that this is what his mother taught to him. So if I was writing a letter to my son, letting him know that he needs to find a virtuous woman, I'm pretty sure I would include the things that he needs to look for to help him out. That doesn't mean that she needs to meet every single check mark on this list. I know how mothers are. I don't think I'm that way, but I might be, I don't know. But I know how mothers are well, I'm not that way when it comes to their sons. She's not good enough, she's not great enough, she's not perfect enough, she's not right. And I say that because she gave him a very extensive list. Now, I'm not saying there's no woman that can do all of these things. I'm just saying that in order to be a virtuous woman, you don't have to do all of those things, all of these things. And I'm going to prove that with a verse when we get to it. But let's go ahead and see what she wrote to her son. It says, "What, my son? And what, the son of my womb? And what, the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." So She letting them know right off the bat, like, yeah, you my son. If I was writing this, I'd be like, we not going out like that. We gonna do this right. So you're my son. You gonna represent. You got to do this right. So I'm gonna help you out with it. That's my interpretation. That's my translation of that second verse. And then the third verse, it says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." So we've seen some kings destroyed before by women. Solomon was one. He had all of those women, and that got him in trouble. Turned his heart from the Lord, got him in trouble with the Lord, because they were doing all of these things that they shouldn't have been doing. And he probably had too many to keep track, like, just do what you want to do. Whatever the case is, got him in trouble. And just from looking at this, we know that a woman and the ways of some women can destroy kings. It can destroy, she can destroy her household, your household, businesses, princes, priests, whatever. So she's basically warning him, choose carefully and don't give your power, your strength over to her. Remain the head, remain in charge. Verse 4 says, "It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted." So she's letting him know that she doesn't think it's a good idea for him to drink strong drink or wine. Stay sober minded, because that could affect how you lead, how you rule. It could cause unrighteous judgment. It can cause neglect. It can cause all kind of things, especially if you're drunk. She didn't say don't get drunk, but I mean, come on. Verse 6 says, "Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more." So she telling him what to do with the wine and the strong drink that she just told him not to drink. Give it to him that's ready to perish, him that's ready to die. He about to die. He need to uplift himself. He need to have some fun, get loose, whatever, I don't know. And wine to those that be of heavy hearts. So you sad, got a broken heart, you worried about things, have some wine, relax, chill, let that stuff go. Give that to them. They need it. But you're the king. You're higher than that, right? That's what I'm getting from it. And then she tells him what to do with his mouth instead of putting some strong drink or wine in it. Verse 8 and 9 says, "Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy." So she's saying, do what you're supposed to do. Speak up for those that can't speak up for themselves. The dumb. Speak up for the poor and the needy, and judge righteously. With whatever come out of your mouth, judge righteously. So this is the stuff that she's telling her son. Now we're going to go right into this woman. Verse 10 says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." Now, I like to use the example of diamonds, because you can go into somebody's house, whether they are wealthy or not, and you can find a diamond. And a diamond is something that's supposed to be rare, right? It's cold, put under all of this pressure to come out as this beautiful, clear gem that's expensive. That's, everybody doesn't just have a diamond. And I'm not talking a cubic zirconium, I'm talking a diamond. right? But how many houses can you go into and find a ruby? This virtuous woman, her price is far above rubies. So as rare as a ruby is as rare as this virtuous woman is. It's a whole lot of women out here, but it's not a whole lot of virtuous women out here. So she letting them know, hey, there's a difference. 11. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So this woman is a woman that can be trusted. Her husband safely trusts in her, so that he has no need of spoil. Being spoiled is not a good thing. We've kind of turned that word around to where, oh, thank you. Got an answer. I'm going to check it out. It says, if Lemuel was a king of Israel, he was from Judah. Nothing more is known. I agree, because I couldn't find really anything on them. But, verse 11 and 12, so he can safely trust in her. Now, if you trust in someone, that means they don't lie to you, right? That means they say what they're going to do, and they do what they said they were going to do. They do what they said. So this is that kind of woman that can be trusted. And why can she be trusted? Because she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Not just do him good when they on good terms. Not just do him good when they're good and then they have an argument and now she finna do him dirty, set him up, do whatever. She's not that. She's the one that's gonna do him good no matter what. She's gonna play her correct position, her correct part all her life. 13 says, she seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. So she's going out finding the tools that she needs and working with them. Not saying that it's a bad thing to hire some employees, but she's not sending anybody else, hey, you go find this. Hey, do this like this. No, she's capable of doing it herself. And she does it. She might have some help, but she does it, right? And she does it willingly. Nobody had to force her or convince her, but she does it willingly. She's willing to do this. 14 says, she is like the merchant's ship. She bringeth her food from afar. So, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. You know what a merchant ship does? It takes merchandise and it transports it to wherever it needs to be, wherever it needs to go. Well, she does that. She goes out and gets whatever it is that's needed. She's handling her business. 15. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. So she's getting up when she has to. Not always necessarily when she wants to. Some people like to wake up at the crack of dawn. For some people, it's just automatic. They can't even control it. Whether that's the case or not, that's what she's doing. Whether she wants to, whether she has to, whether it was suggested, whatever the case is, she's getting up before the household is getting up. And she's already taking care of business. It says she giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. So she can't be stingy, because she's sharing. She's sharing with her maidens. 16 says, she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth the vineyard. So if we were putting that in today's terms, she knows a little bit about real estate. She understands the importance of land. It say she considereth a field and buyeth it. And with the fruit of her hands, she planteth the vineyard. So not, hey, I got this, plant that, I want this over here. No, she getting out there and she's handling her business. Again, we see that over and over. 17, she girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. So if you look up what it means to gird your loins, I should have pulled up a picture. I'll share it. I'll share something on my Facebook after this video, Lord willing, if I don't forget. But men and women wore these long robe-like, gown-like attire, right? So if a man had to fight, work in the vineyard, run, do all of these different kind of things, he would gird his loins. He would take that material, that cloth, and tie it up in a way, you'll see it, to where it looks like some shorts now. So now he can move, he can run, he can jump, he can reach, he can fight, he can do all of these things without tripping over a dress. So girding your loins means preparing for those things. And then it continues the sentence and says, she strengtheneth her arms. So I have the right to bear arms. You have the right to bear arms until they take that right away, which they're working on. So what does that mean? You prepare for battle. You prepare to fight, whether it's in a war or simply defending yourself and your home and your property. Maybe your husband is gone, and who gonna take care of the home? Now, if you got some male servants, they better do their job. But she girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. So, hey, she might have to get down with the nitty gritty, right? 18. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. Now, y'all tell me what you think it is, but this is what I get. Two things. One, we know that we need oil for our lamps, as far as the 10 virgins are concerned. The 5 wise and the 5 without oil. The oil that you need in your lamp, what does a lamp do? It shines. It's a light. We are supposed to be lights. We are supposed to have oil. What is that oil? Some believe is knowledge. Some believe is being prepared. Whatever the case is, we know that that's what oil does. It helps us illuminate the darkness, right? Well, she perceived, now this is the other one. This is where I'm going with it. Y'all tell me what you think. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. What merchandise are we talking about? My merchandise is good, and my candle not going out at night. Ain't no sneaking in the back door, peeking around corners, all of that kind of stuff. If y'all know where I'm going, that's what I get out of it. You can tell me what you get out of it, but that's what I get out of it. Her merchandise good. Her candle is not going out. Her light is continuously shining, right? 19. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. So the distaff and the spindle have to do with creating fabric. So it's one thing to go out and buy some fabric. It's a whole nother thing to create the fabric. She's starting this thing all the way from scratch. And that's work. She's not afraid to do it. She's doing it. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. This is verse 20. Yeah, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. So she's willing to help. If you are helping, sincerely helping in a genuine spirit, that means you got love for people. And not just the people that can help you. Because I've heard people say, oh, I only help people that can help me. Well, I help people that need help. Whether they can help me or not. Is, that's just me. And that's what I get from this. Yeah. She stretches her hand to the poor. Yeah, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. So she's not just stretching it out when somebody's asking, but she's reaching also. She's helping. She see a need. Hey, let me help you with that. Can I help you out? What do you need? You need this? Not just, can you help me? Yeah, I can help you. I got you. But no, she's reaching as well as stretching out her hand. 21. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. So she's not afraid of the snow. That's clear. Not for herself or for her household. Why? Because they're clothed with scarlet. Now, scarlet, if you look it up, it has to do with a red color, a red tint. If you look into the fabrics that were worn, because now we're talking about clothes, right? They wore linen and they wore wool. Wool was very popular at this time. I mean, they had sheep. They would tend to the sheep, and the sheep's hair, it just, keep growing. So what they would do with this wool is they would wash it in a really strong soap so that it would be as pure as possible, as white as possible. Because it's easier to dye white than it is to dye any other color. So this is not just saying they walking around with red clothes. No, there is some care put into this. The wool that has to be taken from the sheep, got to be washed, it got to be clean, it got to be nice and white, and now we can tint it and dye it and do what we got to do with it. And wool is warm, so why do I need to be worried about the snow or the cold? We good. Not only do we have it, but it's that nice scarlet, right? 22. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. So this does not mean that every woman is walking around that's virtuous in a purple silk dress. No, let's look into this. So silk is, I don't really want to say exotic, but it's not just your everyday fabric, right? It's soft, it's shiny, it takes a little more, it's different process in creating the fabric. It comes from different, I believe it comes from spiders. I don't know, spider web. That's what I heard, but I ain't never looked into it. So you could fact check that if you want to. But whatever the case is, it's different, right? It's some people look at it as a luxury nowadays. People not just walking around in silk every day. And purple doesn't mean her whole wardrobe is just purple. Purple represents royalty. So her clothing is silk and purple. Her clothing is upkept. We just read about it being scarlet and understanding the significance in that. But not only is it that, it's set apart. It's like royalty. She not just throwing on any old regular thing, got holes in it and looking all right. Nah, she know how to dress. She puts some stuff together, right? This is, you might want to say it's fancy. I don't know, but whatever the case is, it's silk and it's purple. It's different and it's of royalty. So a virtuous woman is not gonna be walking around looking like a thought. She just not. We already know she modest. Mother didn't even have to put that in there. Modesty was the thing back then. Nowadays, modesty is a question. But back then, there was no question. It was, thank you. Silk fabrics are produced from silkworms, and they spin themselves into a cocoon on their journey to becoming a silk moth. That's very believable. I heard it had something to do with a spider too. I'm gonna check into that because that's just hearsay. I never really looked into it. But that's that. And praise God, these examples are what helped me get some understanding. So verse 23 says, her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. Why you think that is? I think it's because a good man is given a good woman. We can read some verses on that. At least one. I don't know how many, but I know it's in there. And I didn't bother to pull it up because I'm sticking strictly with Proverbs 31. But we should know that the Lord is not going to give a virtuous woman to a wicked man. So her husband is known in the gates when he sit down and talk with the elders. It ain't no question of who is this dude that you just brought around here. We ain't even got to check him out yet. And this your husband? None of that. He's known in the gates. 24. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchants. So we already saw that she was dealing with the spindle and the distaff. We already see the scarlet clothing and how that process goes. We know that her clothes are silk and purple. But she not just doing that for her. She's making these fine linen and also selling them to the merchants. So she making money. She a go-getter. You can call her a hustler if you want to. But whatever the case is, she's delivering this to the merchants. And they buying it so they can sell it. Right? 25. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in the time to come. So this is not a woman that people gonna look at as, oh, she weak. Oh, she can't be trusted. She's not honorable. No, this is a strong woman. Not a strong black independent woman that they try to make us out to be. But she is independent because she's doing all these things on her own, willingly. But she has a husband, and knowing that she's virtuous and that her husband can trust in her and she will do him good all the days of her life, then we know that she is submissive and she is obedient and she is hardworking and she's loving and she's all these great things. So yes, strength and honor is something that somebody would definitely say about this woman. Yeah, that's a strong woman right there. Yeah, she's smart. That girl, she do this. She keeps her word. Oh, she's dependable. She's honorable. She's all of these great things, right? And she shall rejoice in time to come. So whenever her time is, whatever that time is, she gonna rejoice. 26. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. Now we know that wisdom is not something that everybody has. Everybody should not be given advice. We all should know that. I know that. It's some people I take advice from, and it's some people I just listen. Right? And in her tongue is the law of kindness. So if her tongue is spewing out this kindness, where you think it's coming from? It's coming from her heart. So this is a kind person. She's not mean and rude all the time, and when she feel like it, no, she's kind. And sometimes you got to be kind when you don't want to be kind to people that you don't want to be kind to. But she's a kind woman. And the tongue, which is a sword that power, what does it say? The power of life and death lie in the tongue. She is not tearing down her husband or her kids or her family or her friends. She's speaking wisdom. Now, I'm not saying that she's sugarcoating stuff. She's sugarcoating and pretending, and I'm going to just say this nicely because you want to hear it. No. Sometimes wisdom hurts. But you can give that out of the kindness of your heart. You can give that with the intention of helping someone. So there's a difference in that. It's a small tweak, but it makes a big difference. 27. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. So she looking after her household, and she's doing a good job. Why? Because she's not idle. She's not sitting around doing nothing. She's not lazy. Some got to be done. Hey, let me get up and take care of this because my household needs this. She understands that she is the spine or the backbone or the neck that head needs, and she's doing her part in it. Right? 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. So if you taking good care of your household, and that household consists of a husband and children, they gonna have some good things to say about you. Oh, my mama, yeah, she do this, she does that. When I need her, she's there. I can depend on her. That's the praise that they talking about, that her husband is doing. Not praising her as if she's a god or a goddess, but just praising her. Where would I be without you? You my other half. You me. You my little me. You do this. You beautiful. You great. You did that with those dresses. You look good. He's praising her. A husband ain't, well, he might. I can't speak for a husband, but I can't really see a husband honestly praising somebody that he can't stand. If you up in, he got to go to the rooftop because you brawling in the house, or go in a corner to try to hide away from you. I don't think he gonna be praising you. And now praising doesn't have to be directly to the person. It can be, yeah, my wife good. She take care of this. She do that. That's still a form of praise. She might hear it. She might not hear it. But the kids are doing this, and the husband is doing this because of the things that she's doing. Because she's taking care of her house well, and is not idle. 29. It says, many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. So many daughters have done virtuously. If a daughter has done virtuously, can we call her a virtuous daughter, a virtuous woman? Yes, we can. But this one excellest them all. So maybe she's hitting more things on the list. Maybe she's doing it more eloquently. Maybe whatever the case is, she has excelled the other virtuous women. Right? So that's why I say, I don't think you have to hit every single last check mark on this list. But these are the things to identify this woman. And it's many daughters that I've done virtuously. So that's that. Verse 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. So we just looked at how they praising her, the husband and the children. She may be getting praised somewhere else. She may be getting praised at church, at work, at school. Because if this is the type of woman that you are at home, you're carrying that with you everywhere you go. Because this is you. Now it says, favor is deceitful. We know what that is. I might favor somebody just because that's my cousin. Yeah, I think my cousin should get the job. Yeah, we gonna get him some favor. That could be deceitful. And beauty is vain. You look at these men that's turning into women. Some of them are beautiful. And you can't even tell that they used to be a man. You can't go off of that. I hope not. You gotta look at the beauty of the mind, the beauty of the heart, the beauty of that actual person. And what seals it all in is that she's a woman that fears the Lord. So that means you don't have to fuss at her. You don't have to put your hands on her. You don't have to threaten her. You don't have to ask her to do certain things. Now, you might have to give her some guidance. You might have to correct her on a couple of things. But because she fears the Lord, she's doing it for herself. And she's doing it for the Lord. So I'm not playing my position as a woman because I'm scared what you gonna do to me, because I'm scared you're gonna leave me, because you're gonna take away your money, you're gonna take away my car, you're gonna lock me in the house. No, I'm doing this because I want to, because I fear the Lord, because I want to please the Lord, because I want things to be decent and in order, right? So it says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. 31. It says, give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. So if you talk a good talk and your walk ain't the same, you definitely don't fit right here, because it says give her the fruits of her hands. So you reap what you sow. You've sown love, you've sown joy, you've sown all of these things of uplifting your husband, taking care of the poor. You've sown all of these things. So the fruit of your hands is going to be, now you get to get that. You sowed all that, now you get to reap it. You get to reap the benefits of all of that. And it says, let her own works praise her in the gates. So you don't have to vouch for me. I don't have to vouch for myself. I'm going to let my walk vouch for me. I'm going to let my actions vouch for me. I'm going to let you see what I do. And that causes her to be praised in the gates. They not down talking her. They not talking crazy. Oh, she crazy. She said this. Oh, she be looking awful. Her kids be running around looking like this. They bad. Her house is looking like that. They're not saying those things. They're saying good things, unless they're a hater, because you always got a hater. But that is the breakdown of a Proverbs 31 woman. So if a woman has all of these things, but she don't know how to put her hand to the distaff, does that mean she's not virtuous? Of course not. Come on now, let's be real. Like I said, if I make a list for my son of all the things that his wife needs to be, I don't expect him to find somebody that fits that list to the T. But I do expect for him to find a virtuous woman. You need to have pulled some things out of this book, out of this letter that fit her. You need to make sure she's not contrary to these things that I put in this letter. But it doesn't mean that this is she doesn't open her mouth with wisdom. Why? Because she quiet. That doesn't mean she's not virtuous, right? So that was that. Let me see. I'm gonna look at, I think I got all the comments. Yes, I did. Hallelujah. Praise him. So, prayerfully, there was some edification happening. Or maybe even a verse that's looked at different. If you see something different than what I see, please share it with me. Please. That's all I can ask. So, again, giving all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that is the breakdown that I have of a Proverbs 31 woman. And that's it. Until next time. Because y'all gonna see me again. Because God ain't gonna say I wasn't busy. Y'all finna see me everywhere. Like, dang, she on there too? What's she doing on there? Why not? Right? So, y'all have a great day. It's what? It's after the noon. So, enjoy the rest of your day. And peace, love, blessings. I'm out.